We vibing on this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? What's up? IDK Sports Pound. Hey, God is kept. JC was the real one in this thing. The ones that know. Talk to him, JC. Hey.
Lead you forward about how I feel. That's just the way I do my thing. So for real. Woo. You feeling like
IDK Sports Pound. We vibing this Sunday.
Do you like it when a man can keep it
Nah,
real?
we're gonna do it. Ladies gonna rock this. Let's do it. Let's vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
10 o'clock on a Sunday. Some of y'all are snowed in. Some of y'all can't get out your driveway. Gotta stay home with the kids tomorrow. You know, I get it. I get it.
Sounds like you just kicking it. Sounds like you just kicking it.
Hey.
Every man wants a woman. For him and her can just go hang. Just the two of them alone.
Sit back, doing
their own thing.
Doing their own thing.
You can't do too much.
Yeah. You get some content ID claims so fast.
Everything because people be so sensitive about music nowadays. I do not own the rights to none of this music. Let's say it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast. Your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. This is my main man, Kenny.
What's happening?
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. We're doing some Sunday interviews. We never said when we're going to go live. We just said we're going to do it weekly. So just know we'll be we'll be here. So some days we got to shut.
Kept our promise. Sounds like we kept our promise to me, Ant.
That's what I feel like. But, had a lot of things happen this weekend. Shakur Stevenson dominates. T.O. dominated him. We're going to get into it. Senior Bowl week has some people that made some money. I like some defensive linemen. I like stars. Some people made some money. Got some coaching hirings. Got a lot of things. Hope that a lot of things that happened this week.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Sit back, relax, rock with us, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into it. But another thing happened this week.
What happened, bro?
I'm in the Maysville News Center.
Oh, man.
Be released from prison today. Had scars.
No. My man was on the run a little bit.
Do the things
Man,
he
get
did.
that camera out my face,
3
man.
months.
Fuck y'all,
They say they have new habits.
You had a week where we didn't have to.
Make y'all motherfuckers kill me, nigga.
But
My
man got caught. Y'all don't bond, I think now. But you know how it goes.
Back in 1986, I
I bought a Cadillac and put the things on it.
The brains blowed out.
Javante Tank Davis. I ain't gonna do my man like that. Let's do it right there. Let's take it off now. Javante Tank Davis has been arrested and faced the judge on kidnap and battery charges. Right? He was, I know they was looking for him for about 2 weeks, 10 days, something like that. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the brother was on the run. Most of the time, when it was high profile people like that, usually the lawyers are talking to like set up a bond, like a arrest and bond thing where they don't really spend no time in jail, things that they're privy to, not us. You know what I'm saying? But he did see a judge. I think he got out on bond. I want to say it was about $20,000. Don't quote me. Out on bond. Like I said before, it doesn't look pretty for my man at all. You know what I'm saying? The video is nasty. So now the legal process has got to pay out. But this is what the boxing weekend and stuff that happened this weekend with the boxing world. One of their biggest stars. Like he about to be gone for a minute.
Bro, it's like the decisions you make in this life, bro, they gonna follow you. You can't run from it, can't change it. Nothing you can really do about it, bro. Of course you can try to make better decisions, but it's just the dichotomy of life, bro. Like just the juxtaposition of one of the, if not, one of, or if the biggest stars in boxing having one kind of weekend, and then on the other hand, you got other boxing stars having a completely different type of weekend. So it's just like life is happening to them all the same. The ups and downs, the rigmarole, the roller coaster that is life, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, man, all the funny business to the side, man. Prayers and condolences to everybody. Any victims involved. Um, I want to see. I don't want to say selfishly. I want to see Tank back in the ring. I only want to see him back in the ring when
The
things
process
are on a better note. When you know what I'm saying.
it plays out itself.
Yeah.
If he got to take accountability for what he did,
That's
what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not lawyers, but just update. He has been arraigned. You can go fact check all the court dates and stuff because
not that pot. Yeah, we're not that kind of pot.
But we did have a big fight this weekend. T.O. versus Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur wins the fight. How you want to start first? So you want to start with the undercard, or you want to just go straight to the main event?
Yeah, we can go to the main card. We already got it up.
Okay, I got a couple. I got a little thing. We can do this.
Check yourself at all times. Touch him up. Good luck.
Championship of the world. Here we go.
A little video going on. Hold on. Let me get us back up here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Got the video going. So you see.
Yeah.
I mean, it was this Shot the Ring magazine on TikTok if you want to see this. But as you can see, we can talk through it. I'm gonna tell you my part of it because I watched half of it and I knew how the fight was gonna go. Domination.
Right. You're right.
Domination by Shakur, as you can see through some of these highlights right here, killed him. I mean, he couldn't break. Shakur's defense has always been what it is, but he didn't run this fight. He actually was walking T.O. down sometimes, wasn't never really afraid of him getting hit by T.O., and T.O. couldn't do nothing. It was a masterclass, and they earned a lot of respect from me. You know what I'm saying? Shakur really earned a lot of respect in this fight. T.O. and his corner, I don't know what their game plan was in this fight. They never had a game plan to get him out of that defensive posture, as you can see in some of these highlights that we're playing by Ring Magazine on their TikTok page. You never did anything to make Shakur feel uncomfortable. Nothing to make Shakur feel uncomfortable. As you can, he did what he wanted to do. I think even after the fight, Shakur said, I thought he was faster than that. Really much to say. I mean, a masterclass fight. I think he had a great game plan. He said, I'm gonna play out the first couple of rounds, see what T.O. had. Once he realized that T.O. couldn't hurt him, Shakur, it was just like a simple sparring session for him. In my eyes.
It's another day at the office, bro. I'll say this, man. I'll start with the winner first, because Lord knows I got a lot of bad notes for T.O. He said in his post-conference interview, whatever you want to call it, he said, after this fight, I'm probably going to be known as having one of the best jabs in boxing. Because I'll be damned if that's the only jab he needed. He literally beat that boy with one punch. And beat him with one punch. A jab. Sometimes boxing just comes down to fundamentals, and my God, was it on display this weekend, bro. Yeah, we could start with defense, but never should it be a fight should just be conduced down to just one punch, bro. Couldn't get around it. T.O. couldn't slip it. Couldn't find his way around the jab. Couldn't work off the jab. Couldn't roll with the punch. Nothing. It was like, all right, set up, jab. All right, I'm gonna set up again, jab.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna try to jab, and that was the tone from round 1 to round 12. Literally, could have been a clean sweep. Some people probably still had a clean sweep from round 1 to round 12.
I got 11-1.
I was about to say, but to me, there was probably like one round. I was probably somewhere between 7 and 9. T.O. started showing evidence of life. It was just signs of life, and that's all it was. It wasn't like some spectacular moment, a moment where he hurt Shakur. It wasn't like, okay, now we got a game plan going. It was just like, oh damn, we just had signs of life, which could have easily been Shakur just taking a round off. It could have been like, all right, I'll let you have that one.
So far ahead. I mean,
You know, Brett, the fight was away from him. At some point, you heard it constantly from the commentators about this is Shakur's fight. He's deciding the tempo. He's deciding how it's going. I mean, just from the pressure alone, like you said, he was walking him down. He was making T.O. fight off his back foot. You know, opposed to what people usually say, contrary to popular opinion, Shakur was fighting off his front foot for most of the fight. And that's where I land with defense, bro. With Shakur's defense this fight. T.O. could not get around this front foot that Shakur had. It was just like he kept his front foot out there, and for whatever reason, especially with Shakur in the southpaw stance, bro, he could not get around it. T.O. could not get around it. That foot might as well have been the gun line, because every time he tried, you catching a jab on the way in. You saw how he looked, towards the end of that fight, eye all busted, he, blood streaming from his eye. It was like he couldn't get around it. Every time he caught hell, check hooks, jabs. That's just if in case you got around the jab, there's a check hook coming behind it. Complete utter domination.
Yeah.
For T.O. Oh, my bad. You want to say something about Shakur?
Nah, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah. But for T.O., his corner had some of the worst.
He said, you got it. I said, okay. Duh. That's
some of the worst. And listen to me. Some of the worst coaching advice. I wouldn't even call it advice. Dad was sitting in his face saying, T.O., you gotta hit him, bro. You gotta fight him.
Even the commentator said something about it.
Like, but just what the hell you think I'm in here trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, you got to give me some more advice other than that if you're going to be my trainer. Yeah. All right, tell me, how can I punch him?
Yeah.
Where should I try to punch him at?
Yeah.
Should I be going to the body? Should I, try to punch at an angle? Should I just hit him, bro? Motherfucker, I'm trying. Yeah. Right. I'm literally trying. You see me out here suffering, bro. It was completely different than what Shakur's grandpop had for him. Mm-hmm. Grandpa was like, "Now I told you, work off the jab. All right, this time, hey, one, we got the one established. Now work off 1, 2, work the 1, 2." It was like, all right, hey, you see, he don't like going to that side. Force him to go the other way. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was a typical
real boxing advice.
You know what I'm saying? It was
I'm seeing what you can't see from the outside. This is what I'm seeing. Right. You can do. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I think one time, like his trainer, Shakur trainer was like told him like, "Hey, yo, he can't hit you. He can't hit you."
Mm-hmm.
So now we can take some chances because you got him time. I'm not worried about his speed or nothing like that. So he was like, I like take some shots. Like he was actually trying to encourage Shakur to take more power shots. I hit him, and that's when I don't know which round it was, hit him with that hard left hand.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying, kept telling him like, "Hey, take a chance, take a shot. He can't hit you. He can't hurt you." And then that's real training. I mean, real like corner. I don't know what T.O. Dad was telling him.
A bunch of BS, bro.
They had no plan. Sound like
a bunch of BS, bro. And like, to your point, man, it was like, I think it got like around 11, around 12. Shakur's granddad was like, "All right, man, you like pretty much this game or this fight's in the bag." He was like, "You can just ride out on the jab." And just, I guess, the camaraderie they had between each other, he was like, "But you want to stick him, don't you?" Shakur kind of gave me the eye like, "Yeah, I want to, say I want to punish him." He's like, "All right, forget it. Work, hit him with the 2 then. Stick him with the 2. Mm-hmm. He went the class act way, just finished out the round, still on a high note. But it was like you could see the amount of, time they put in, in training camp to get this fight done. And also, one last thing that I heard Shakur mention that I don't really hear a lot of fighters mention that much these days they watch film and you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Y'all watch film in 2026, bro? They actually stick to like the traditional script of being a boxer or going into camp. It's all the elements, you know, studying your opponent, knowing what to expect, knowing tendencies. And it's like that's how you end up with that masterclass that we end up seeing this past weekend, bro. It's like y'all running away from the tradition, bro. This is boxing, man. Like we are all highly skilled elite fighters, you know, but there are some things that's left on film that if you're not watching it or if you're not going back watching your last or your last 2 or last 3 fights, you probably left on film. And especially from what we saw from that trainer for Tio, I don't think they watching too much of themselves. They probably going in there working the same skills.
They wouldn't. It was bad. The Tio's playing just dominated. Domination by Shakur definitely impressed me. He wasn't running. I think he's grown up these last 2 fights. It's like real, like what kind of boxer you're gonna see from him. Yeah, like he's never gonna be the knockout artist. It's not him.
Yeah,
but he can point you to death. His defense is some of the best defense I've seen from any boxer in a long time. It's gonna be hard to hit. It's hard to hit him. But he's not hiding behind that now. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna be hard to hit, but I will step forward too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If need be. Like so now, like my question is, what's next for Shakur? He's a 4-time division champion. He's rumored going back down to 135, but then he's also saying he will stay at 140. You know, Conor Ben wants to fight him. I think Lamont Roach said something about fighting him. He moved back down if he stays at 140. He has a chance to go undisputed at 135, but that's what he wants to do. What's next for him? Because he did even I can see that he's kind of like with Tank. I don't think he's going to get much bigger than 140. You know, he's 28. You know what I'm saying? I think he's 28. Yeah, he's 28. He only made 138 and a half, I think,
stretching
in the weigh-in for this. So he was really, so even with him gaining weight after, he probably was at the max, maybe 142, maybe. Does he go back down to 135, which is probably a more comfortable weight for him, and go undisputed, and I only come up to 140 if it makes sense? You know, for somebody, I think that's what I would do if I was promoting him. I would say 135 is where we'll stay and be undisputed. But if a Lamont Roach fight is going to make me some money, I'll move up to 140. I'll fight him. Or if another fight comes up at 140, it's going to make me some money, I'll move up to 140. I'm not moving up to welter. Not moving to welter.
Yeah, but see, that's what your boy Conor Ben. I'm only teasing by saying your boy, but that's what your boy Conor Ben. I'm messing with you, bro. I know. But that's what Conor Ben was trying to goad him into. Was like, hey, come to 47, come to 47. It's like, don't take the bait on that. I think, maybe if you kind of establish some rehydration clauses in it, maybe you do it. Maybe if it makes sense.
He didn't make one. He wasn't even at 140 at the weight.
That's what I'm saying. But to answer your question, I think his best bet, being that you are a four division champion, you already accomplished one of the major feats in boxing. I'm not going to take that away from you. Being a belt holder in 4 classes, hell of a feat. Now the next thing to do is to either unify and get on that track to go undisputed. Now, I do think the road to do that is a lot tougher at 140 than it is at 135. Not saying you're not tough, not saying that you won't take that path less traveled, but it feels like, hey, I accomplished a lot in this sport already at 28. I don't have no qualms with you just saying I'm gonna go back to 35 and go undisputed. Because be clear,
if he made 140 even at the weigh-in, then I would say stay at 140. At first, I was giving him flack, and we talked privately, like, hey, you gonna move back down? But when he weighed in at 138, I said, oh, he stretched to get to that 140.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Like you said,
he was a featherweight at one point, too.
I'm about to say, we just said he was a 4th division champion. Like, bro, he came from the 120s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, not saying that he
Kind of
doesn't
like
have the will or the fortitude to do it, brother. It's just it's anatomy at this point. You know what I mean? Like trying to be 100% and be at a different weight class is difficult. I mean, shit, I'm still amazed at the way Bud did it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's no short feat.
yeah.
So I think if he was to run the table at 140, godly, that's a tough route. 140 is tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Still with the fact that you got, I know people love Shakur, but I'm gonna be clear, man. The game is still the game. You still got your Russells out there. You still got your Hitchens out there.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. If he stay at 140, that's the fight I want to see next. If he gonna get another belt, that's the fight that he should make next. Get Conor Ben. Stay in the UK. I don't care. Stay there.
Yeah,
That Gary Anton Russell fight,
yeah,
good
that's
one.
the one.
We can sell too. Because two families, Shakur's by his granddad, and in that camp, but that Russell camp ain't no slouch.
Brothers. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The dad passed away, but the brothers, you know what I'm saying, do their thing. And Gary Anton Russell is still figuring out himself too. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a good boxer, but it could be either. I don't think he could beat Shakur, but I think it's a good title fight. I think that's a good title fight. If he's gonna stay at 140.
That's
you know what I'm saying? That's the next fight I would do. I wouldn't do Hitchin. I think I would do because the way you can sell that fight, that Russell fight might be the next best fight. If I was gonna stay at 140, I would fight him this year and go ahead and get another. Because he unified, now he got the Ring magazine and the WBO.
Ring and WBO.
WBO. I think Russell got WBA.
Yeah, you're right.
Take that strap if you want to stay at 140. If you go back down to 135, it's about being undisputed. Straight up.
Yeah.
It's about being undisputed.
On the table.
Now,
on the table.
Do you go to 135, be undisputed there? As you get older, move up to 140, try to be two-time undisputed? And go to 140 a little later? Maybe when you like 31, 32, a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and you're more man strength now, a little bit bigger now. You go to 140 and try to just be undisputed 2 weight classes. I wouldn't be mad at that route either. I wouldn't be mad at that route either because you can probably get these straps in about 2 years at 135. You know what I'm saying? And then just come up to 140 when it makes sense, when the money makes sense.
But to say, and that's the benefit. Only reason why there's pressure at 40 right now is because there's some names there. You know what I'm saying? We just mentioned the Hitchens, the Russells. I mean, even if he was to take the light route and just somebody and go clip Dalton Smith real quick, I ain't gonna knock you for that route neither. But again, to your point, it does make sense to just go back to 135. I mean, you do got to run into that guy, our boy Wonder and Abdullah down there at 35. Mm-hmm. You would eventually have to run into him, and the aforementioned Tank. I don't know what he got going on, but maybe he makes his return to the ring at some point. But right now, hey man, you in a good spot. You're in a good spot. You a money maker. You main evented. You know what I'm saying? You done, had a good crowd.
But this fight definitely put your name out there to not the like casual boxing fan.
Yeah.
Let's put your name out there. So now ain't no going back to like fighting little fights. You're gonna have to make big fights now. Because now the casual fans are watching. After this performance like that, the casual, you talk about a guy that beat Lomachenko and beat it like T.O., even though how he acting now, is one of the ones. He wasn't no scrub. No. You dominated him in a fight like that. Now casuals are like, man, who this cat over here dominating jokers? Young dude. Is he another Bud? Is he another Floyd?
That's what he got the mark. That's what they mark him to be, bro. He what does he think he like 24-0 right now?
Yeah, something like that. With
around 24. On a hot track in the right camp, doing the right things. You know what I mean? He can sell a fight. He can, bump his gums when he has to, and before the fight. So he doing the right things, bro. He on the right track. You know what I mean? But after, this fight, of course, and then there's a pedal fight before this one. It's like he's kind of like, all right, now you start to state your claim. Yeah. All those past BS about running around the ring. Like, nah, he's staying in the pocket. All right, defense is still sharp. All right, that jab is a MFer. That, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're working your tools. So again, I like the route of going undisputed 35, come back later. That, those belts ain't going nowhere.
All right. So now that we got the winner out the way, what's next for Tio?
Gatekeep. Gatekeep. I mean, there's still a few fights that's out there to be made. You can take a shot at maybe getting a Regis fight, maybe running around 140, see who's still there, maybe go to 147. They love to jump to a new weight class after something happened. So maybe go to 147 and try your luck out there. You just gonna run into some more killers if you ask me. But hey, I think he's
28 himself. Both for 28. Tio not old.
He not old, no.
Yeah, so he like, what you about to do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he probably jump. I think he'll probably go to 47 and see what's up there.
Need to leave it dead and get back. When Tio, listen, damn.
Just go ahead and say it. Just say it.
When Tio is serious, I think he's one of the best boxers in the world. When he's serious and focused. When he's not focused, you get performances like you saw last night. Or when you fight Combosa and stuff like that. Not taking nothing away from Shakur. Not saying it wouldn't have been a dominating performance, but like, this is somebody that didn't, it's going to come out. He probably didn't have a good camp. He didn't plan. I don't know what was going, like, when Tio is focused, he puts in work. When he's not focused and then he just go out there and beat people, the performances show. It shows. It's done happened, twice now? With the Combosa fight, they should have never lost. So gatekeeper can be the thing. He might get another shot at 147 or maybe at 140 if he can run it back and win what he needs to win. But I don't think it's done for him. I think he just needs to get with a trainer, somebody and keep him focused in the camp. They keep him focused, and I think Tio still got a lot of skill left. He's still skilled to me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he ain't dead in the water. I think it's two things, right? Like, a lot of things that go on with Tio is mental, right? It's been in a headspace. There's been times on camera in the midst of a fight, he's questioning himself, saying out loud, "Do I still got it?" That's signs of a fighter that's not here. He's not present. He's not focused. That's in a fight when he said this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the antics, and then you got the antics that even his dad does. Before the fight, running around crazy. So that's one prong of it. The second is just like, again, back to your dad. There has to come some time where you might have to find a new trainer, bro. Like it's been shown throughout history where fighters, even if they came up trained under their father, they eventually do find somebody else to train them. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no disparaging remark to his father or what they built together. It's just like, hey, your father brought you to this point so we can then keep excelling. That doesn't mean you had to be completely removed from our corner. It's just that, hey, you had to find some other tutelage now. Because I like what I think my hunch is that y'all were just in camp practicing repping the same skills.
Yep.
Not working on nothing new. Nothing new has been added to your tool bag. For Christ's sake, bro, like, you couldn't work around a jab this last fight. You couldn't get around a jab. Nothing you can do. You nor your corner had an answer for it. And that's a failure on multiple parts, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. So, it is just that, going back to the drawing board there, and that does require some change, man. It does require some change. Uncomfortable change, but it does require change.
Yeah. So shout out to Shakur, man. Hey, man, dominant fight. All right, real quick, Kenny, give me some notes on the other fights.
Oh, man. Let's see here. What we got? I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. I'll start with Jarrell Miller. Oh my God, Ed. This had to be one of the most entertaining, not from a fight standpoint, but one of the most bright. This viral moment is gonna last for years. You seen it? Brother, man. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. And even the announcer said, was like, yo, is there something going on with his hair? Because I'm like, yo, I know I'm not tripping. His joint started sliding. I'm like, okay, maybe he just got the little Zorro cut and I just wasn't paying attention to it. But that joint literally started separating. And I'm like, oh no. And when it went full flap.
Wig, bro. For real. With that man wig, for real.
I literally was like, I don't care who wins this fight. Yo, and by all means, Jarrell Miller still ended up winning the fight. Controversial to me. I thought eBay, he started dying out towards the end of the fight. I mean, dude has a regular job outside of boxing, so I get it. And he wasn't in camp, 24/7. So yeah, he started dying. His energy started to die off a little bit towards the end of the fight. So Miller ended up, showing that old bet. He just pulled out the dub. But my God, you better win after somebody made your hair slick back, your wig. After somebody done peeled your wig back, you better win. Right. So hats off to hair off to Jarrell Miller. Other than that, Shoo. Knockout of the year candidate. Knockout of the year. Shoo Carrington. He fought. What's his name again? Your boy Carlos Castro. Carlos Castro. Knockout of the year candidate in round 9. If you heard the commentating during the fight, they said it was due to a combo. Don't believe that. That hit him with a brick hand, a right, hit him with a right. Boy was asleep after that. It was just a flurry of punches that came at that just ended up putting him to the canvas. Your boy Castro was out on his feet.
Yeah.
It was one of the cleanest, especially to kick off the year. We got, of course, I know this fight happened in January. We got a long year to go. I get it. Don't hate me. But that was a clean knockout. And the fact that Shoo did that in New York City, being from Brooklyn, and becoming a WBO featherweight champion, that was a good look. That boy even dapped up Spike Lee after the fight. Shout out to Shoo. What he do moving forward, hey, I can't wait to see it. But my last note, make this quick. Best fight of the night, Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz.
That was a good one.
Your boy Keyshawn, he dangerous, bro.
Came back. He never left.
And hear me, that boy dangerous.
Yeah.
He dangerous, bro. Like out of his last, I want to say four fights.
Power starting to set in too.
And you know how what you just said is such a fact. He getting these boys out of here with a body shot.
Yeah, power starting to set in. Yeah,
a body shot, and that's sometimes you run into a fighter that's chinny. He got a glass jaw. You go upstairs, turn his lights out. But there ain't nothing. That's nothing short of strength to get somebody in the liver, get somebody in the ribs, and they taking a seat. They taking a knee.
Yeah,
that's true power, bro.
He's
dangerous.
Definitely a dangerous fighter. Evan Haney called him out. Evan Haney called him out. So let's do it. He's dangerous, bro. I don't want that. Nah, get some more fights at 147 under your belt.
I would say that before I saw this fight. He's dangerous, bro.
All right, just real quick, you know what I'm saying? We've been talking about the fight for a minute. I like Keyshawn, but then we always talk about fighters building, right? Building fighters.
Yeah.
Keyshawn just got up to 147 after being gone for a while. Great performance. It's still a lot of other fights that can be made at 147 before you go fight probably the top dog at 147 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus, like, see, now it's time to promoters. And plus, we can build it. You can go fight a Brian Norman. You gotta go fight. There's a lot of guys at 147 that you can go fight. You know what I'm saying? Get the belt, get under you. You know what I'm saying? Get it up under you. and then go get a belt from somebody and then make it a unified fight. You don't got to fight Devin Haney right now. I mean, it'll be a good fight. Not saying Keyshawn can't win it, but Keyshawn does he have 20 fights yet?
14.
You want to see a 14 fight Keyshawn go up against?
Hey, hear me what I'm saying, man. He already been so like at least off the top of my head, like 2 or 3 big fights already. Championship fights. I get what you're saying.
Ain't none of them Devin.
They not Devin. I give you that.
Devin, I don't really like him like that for real.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm capable for him. But you gotta put respect on his name for what he done. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought Brian Norman was up and coming, and it's all what he did to him.
He's not Brian. And this is what I'm about to say, bro. The boy is dangerous, and I'm telling you what I saw. He's dangerous, bro. He's not Ryan. He's not Ryan Garcia. He's not Brian Norman. He's not Regis Pegrides. He's not none of them cats. He's different than them. I'm telling you. Yeah. So I do agree from the standpoint. Can he stand to benefit from more ring experience? Absolutely. I mean, hell, the boy's 14-0. He fought nobody. He's 26 and he's 14-0. Could this fight happen in 2-3 years later? Yeah, absolutely. With more experience, it's gonna be there. But I'm also telling you that he's dangerous. He got strength. He's patient. He got defense. I mean, yeah, he stands in the fray, but it's with a plan. It's the same way Boots does it. Boots stands in the fray. He gets hit, but
bring up Boots in every situation. We never talk.
But and they're both dangerous fighters. Is what I'm trying to tell you. My eyes don't lie, bro. I'm telling you, he stays in the fray with a plan. It's not just to take punishment. He can slip, he can jab, I'm telling you, and boy, he got strength, bro. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Keyshawn did have a great showing though. So shout out to the 757. Great showing from Keyshawn in that fight. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, maybe get a couple more fights under your belt.
All right.
Let's get to the controversy of the week, man. What's going on? Bill Belichick was snubbed for the Hall of Fame in the first ballot, which is just crazy to me. But let's go over Bill Belichick coaching record, and somebody maybe in the chat can explain to me why he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Regular season record of 302 to 165, a 64.7 win percentage, a playoff record of 31-13, has the most playoff wins by any coach, 17 division titles, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowls, and a 3-time coach of the year, and not good enough to be a first ballot Hall of Famer for the NFL Hall of Fame. Somebody help me make it make sense. Kenny, you go ahead. You can help me make it make sense.
I got nothing for you, Ant. I got nothing for you. I spoke about this with my family, and we a football family, and for the life of us, bro, we couldn't come up with any answers amongst ourselves. Be clear that the AFC East, just that we would just speak on just a divisional level, it was a guarantee. It really was like, all right, it was set in stone. You could probably write in ink almost every year for a time that, all right, it's going to be the Patriots, and then who's going to come out the other divisions?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the Steelers? Is it going to be, there was years where the Colts were hot. It was years when, okay, Phillip Rivers and the Chargers, they down there making some noise. But one thing we know is that y'all going to have to go see Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. That's what we knew.
Yeah.
So, of course, you have your run with the Patriots, historic. There's a dynasty in there somewhere. There's, maybe a year or two layoff, but then they was right back in the chip. Like, there's that. That all that honor and glory can't just be beholden to Tom Brady. There's a coach that, went with the Tides and coached the team that he had on paper. Randy Moss wasn't there for all those chips. And when Randy was there, they didn't win. So there got to be some props for that. But even if you wasn't just focused on what his head coaching career was, his time as an assistant coach, historic. From his time in Cleveland, from his time with the Giants, with one of the most dominant defenses that was there with the Giants in the 80s, bro. Like, it's like, just one of the greatest football minds that we have living.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Without any, when it comes to this, when you have tokens or phrases such as the Patriot way, Bill Belichick is very much of creating that environment, that culture, that winning atmosphere. You know what I mean? So no, I don't have any rebuttals or any justification for why he's not in. Because the stats, the accolades, the winning percentage, the hardware to prove it, it's all there.
Yeah.
This no, I was just gonna say this will only lead to something personal, which I would have no inkling of.
This is what delegitimizes Hall of Fames. When stuff like this happen, this is what delegitimizes Hall of Fame. When clear-cut first ballot Hall of Famers shouldn't even been a question why. You don't even have to prove why it's Hall of Fame. Look at, what I got right here on the slide. 64%, almost a 65% win percentage, most playoff wins in by any head coach, 17 division titles, 6 Super Bowl championships as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator, 3-time coach of the year. What else? So what other bar has to be set to be a first-time Hall of Fame besides it being personal? Same thing they did with T.O., the same thing they do with Bill Belichick. Now I think he'll get in next ballot. They just had to take that away from him. He couldn't have that too. Because if you say it's Deflategate and Spygate, then that means when Tom Brady come up next year, then he should not get in the first ballot. Because he was just a part of them too. He benefited from that too. If you're saying Bill Belichick did. But we know that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is what delegitimizes Hall of Fame, like the baseball Hall of Fame. Nobody cares anymore. Some people might hate it, but some nobody cares. You got 2 of the best players that have played the game not in there. And Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds. Not there. So how you have a hall doesn't have what we already said when talking about baseball, that was that era of steroids, whether they took it or didn't, whatever. They're not in there. So now, who's the next coach? When Sean McVay win 3 championships, 2 more championships. He comes up. If he get first ballot, how do you justify him getting the first ballot Hall of Famer and not somebody that won 6? 6, the most dominant coach of the era. It's some of y'all that's watching, that's going to watch this video that's never known the Patriots when they were sorry. That never know the Drew Bledsoe, before the Drew Bledsoe era. They know, like, when they were just bad, really bad before he got there. This is what it is, man. It's just, this is the type of thing that doesn't make, if I was in the Hall of Fame, I would feel away because now you're delegitimizing the Hall.
Right.
When certain people that's supposed to get in don't get in, you're delegitimizing what the Hall means. It's the best of the best from the NFL. And you don't have he's the best coach in this era, of the era. So Andy Reid don't got nowhere near them accolades. Is he gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer? You know what I'm saying? It's other coaches. It's going to be coming up. How do you justify it? But people ain't going to care. People forget. But that personal stuff kills this Hall of Fame. I don't get it. It is what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? People going to do what they want to do. But I just like, you look at that resume, I don't know what else you have to do as a head coach to get in.
And it's not much. And the things that you could say is left to do, promise you, I can promise you, and it's not really that obtainable. You know what I'm saying? The sport already is too tough. You want, okay, he has 6 rings, we'll get 7. But I've been there 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to the Super Bowl 10 times. So we're only speaking about the wins right now.
Mm-hmm.
But trust and believe, like, there's been 10 years, honestly, where we could be talking about both my hands are filled up. So we got to stop the nonsense somewhere. It can't just always be we didn't like them or a personality. Bruh, leave the politics out of it. It is the resume is unscalable. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. So any other argument you're having outside of that, you're having it from some personal issue, and then only thing you're gonna do is raise a question of just who the hell is in this hall that you guys are speaking of? Yeah. Let's start pulling some receipts. Let me just pull everybody's resumes again and make sure we got the right hall, because clearly the hall I'm used to, or the hall that I've grown to know, clearly this changed. The address must have changed. We're not talking about Canton no more.
Nah, at all.
So, yeah, and if y'all ready to have that conversation, then let's do it. Because this type of snub we can't do that. We can't do that.
Ridiculous. But we did have some people get hired, and one of the coaching hires,
What's up?
I kind of am feeling, bro. Hold on. Kind of feeling it from the boy. You know what I'm saying? I think my man Tom from Cleveland might just be.
They told me bust out my AP, perfect time. Them baguettes up on my neck of station.
Hey man, I don't have faith in the Browns being good at all, but hey, I think this is not a bad coaching hire. For two things I like it. I like it because I think my man should do it. I think he's going to be the starter. I think he's going to get a fair shot to start. If Deshaun doesn't come back and shows he got something left in the tank. We'll see. I also like it because what Todd Monken is coming to with that offense, where Lamar Jackson did win 2 MVPs and was a 2-time All-Pro in that offense, it's kind of similar to what the Browns have now on that offensive side of the ball. Quinshawn, we got to see how he come back from his injury, but you got a decent running game. Got to rebuild the offensive line. You got, if Njoku and Fanning can stay healthy. Talking about 2 tight ends, kind of like a Lively and Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
You got great defense. It's got to find Jim Shortslove. Got to find another defensive coordinator. But whatever defensive coordinator, they can't make that defense work, then you shouldn't be a defensive coordinator. I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, you got Mason Graham's coming on. Myles Garrett is rejuvenated, look like. You still got Denzel Ward. You might can add another CB2 if you wanted to. The safeties ain't that bad. That rookie linebacker, hey, I don't know if he won't win Rookie of the Year. He's definitely a candidate for Rookie of the Year. The defense is good enough to win. Far as who you was going to get, I heard people was pulling out from this job, didn't really want this Browns job. I know Tom Monken's a little bit older, but for what he had and what he worked with at Baltimore, I kind of like it to fit with what they have at the Browns. Like, not like they got the same level of talent, but like who they have. You know what I'm saying? And I do like I think Shakur's gonna get a fair shot. That's the one thing I think because Todd already said they wanted to draft him, so he kind of knows who he is. He knows the division. Let's see who his DC is going to be. And then I want to see who. Then I'm gonna tell real early who was making some of them play calls when they blown leads at the Ravens. Like, was it Jim Harbaugh holding him back, or was Todd Monken making these, like, had full range over the play calls? That's what we're gonna find out real early, I think, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I think, far as like for the Browns, I'm not mad at this hire. I'm kind of like, I mean, I know people wanted somebody more young, innovative, but I kind of like this hire for them.
Well, majority of me, I feel like I like it. I just got one sour grape about it, but I'll get to that later. But one thing, he knows the organization. He was the OC back in the day. Give him that. You're right. He's walking to a situation where, as opposed to last year with Stefanski, they were trying to figure out what their quarterbacks were. Hey, look, you got 2 at your disposal. you have two that you can decide from that both have NFL experience. You got, Deshaun Watson on one hand, he comes back this year, or, throw all your tools, all your training into Shador, get him ready for year 2. So it ain't that.
We talking about. I thought you said 2. I thought you were going to say Shador and Dylan. We didn't count.
No. I was talking about Deshaun and
I get it. I don't get it. I wouldn't count him either. Go ahead. Sorry.
Messing up, bro. But I was saying, so your quarterback situation is a little bit more decided, this year. So in all the assets you mentioned last year, like, bro, adding Fannin, Judy, is he your 1 or you better served as a 2? Can we go get some more auxiliary options? Are we, you can go into the draft with a little bit more things to play with as far as what you want to do with draft capital, what you want to do in free agency, blah 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 blah. Like you get this offseason a little bit different. Why those other coaches pulled out, not really sure. I mean, I think Brian Daboll was an option at one point. Yeah, do you want to throw this organization at some young up and comer? I don't really think that fits the Cleveland way. Honestly, you just be looking for another coach next year. So kind of getting somebody with some more experience that's been around a winning program is definitely a benefit for Cleveland. But the one sour grip I do have about it, I'm not gonna lie to you, Ant. I don't really like the fact that my man Jim Schwartz didn't get a shot. I don't really like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he met the qualifications. I know they had some weird hiring process for what they were doing with their coaches, but at the same time, bro, I feel like Jim Schwartz, that should have been Jim Schwartz's job, bro. He knows the team. He's been the DC for the past couple of years, and for a defense that has been, pretty good.
Develop a quarterback. Do you trust? Like, I think that's what it came down to. Do I trust Jim Schwartz either find me a quarterback or develop a quarterback? I think that's what it came down to.
But
that's really what it came down to.
Yeah, but we just had this conversation last week where it was just like, hey, look, my responsibilities will still be my responsibilities. Like, hey, I'm a defensive guy, period. Y'all can still go out and find an OC of y'all choosing.
We said that, though, with the Ravens who have their quarterback.
Yeah.
We said that with people that have a quarterback.
Again, you got 2 at your disposal. Pick one. Pick one.
You got it.
I'm not telling you go draft one. Go pick one.
I get why they still went offensive, but I think Tom Munger, the first thing, if the Browns are smart, the first thing you got to go do is go get you one. Go get in the Senior Bowl, get you offensive lineman. Need a guard, probably another tackle. Offensive line help is key. I think if they fix the offensive line, that helps a lot of their problems soon. I know some guys healthy this year, but and then see what you got. Like you said, see what you got with your quarterbacks. Because 2027, if you're bad, worst case scenario, okay, I can get a Dante Moore, I can get a Lenore Sellers, maybe can get an Arch Manning, I can get a lot of 2027 draft gonna have a little bit more quarterbacks in it. So let's see what we got this year, and let's fortify offensive line. Like I said, if you like a corner that you really like, I don't know if Caleb Downs is going to be somewhere around there. If you think he's the best, if he's there, he's the best player on the board, take him. You don't have to rush to get a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I like the hire. I like that they went offensive. I like they kept somebody in the division, and just from like what he was working with at Baltimore, even though at a higher level, you know what I'm saying, with like all Pro Bowl type players.
Right.
You got some young guys that kind of fit that mold. Like you got a 2 tight end system. If Jerry Jeudy can do right, you maybe got a decent wide receiver, or you can go find you one. Running game, Quinshawn come back. I think they still got Jerome Ford running around there. They got Dylan Sampson. Good defense. You have a chance to maybe turn this around a little bit quicker than people might give them credit for. You know what I'm saying? When I say turn around, maybe win 6, 7, 8 games. You know what I'm saying? Like that got new coaches. You're talking about new man in Pittsburgh, new man in Baltimore. Don't know if Joe Burrow's going to with the Bengals, every year. You know what I'm saying? So, got a chance to maybe have some success early.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying I hate it, none of that, but let's see what happens. Shouts out to Coach Monken, but I also stand with Coach Schwartz. I actually like his. I actually rock with his response. They said that man went in there and packed up all his stuff and left. I'm with you. I stand with Coach Schwartz. He didn't do the segment this week, but he should definitely be a big dog, candidate.
If I did a big dog this week, he definitely would have been one. He said, "Man, you know what? F
He should
you,
have been a
F
big
this
dog
job,
this week.
F this job. I'm out this month."
That's a fact, bro. So
F'd up.
that's it. That's all I'll say. I rest my case.
All right. So another hire, I get it, and then I don't get it. Joe Brady has been promoted to head coach. I'm gonna give it a buck. I don't understand. So you fire Sean McDermott to keep somebody on the staff.
Yes.
That was the offensive coordinator that coached the quarterback that turned the ball over 4 times, and you didn't make it to the Super Bowl. So you kept somebody on the staff but fired the head coach. It does not make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Brady, from what I'm hearing, it kind of was like, oh, let's get Sean McDermott out the way because we don't want Joe Brady to leave. And the owner really likes Joe Brady. I personally think that's what it is. I don't think it had nothing to do with Sean McDermott. It was done so quickly, disregard of what Sean McDermott done for the Bills. It was an emotional decision by the owner. The owner really likes Joe Brady. Didn't want him to take another job nowhere else. So I'm going to get rid of Sean, throw Keon Coleman under the bus, and get the guy that I want. That's basically what this looks like. And Bills fans, I hope it works. Hope it works. He's been calling the plays.
I'll say this. It works from the perspective of just that, and from the offense side of the ball. Like what you do and why I believe Bills ownership or front office, however you want to say it, was scared to let Joe leave because you were going to put one of the young, gifted offensive minds back out there on the market, and to see him go off and have success elsewhere will kind of be like, well, damn, you had your successor right there in house. Why the hell you let him leave? And so you don't want him to go off and be successful elsewhere. But so in the same time, you can keep him at home and kind of keep going along with the same track that you've been, where the Bills offense has been highly productive over these last 2-3 years he's been OC. I might have my math wrong, but so you keep that going. You keep an offensive coach at the helm, so you're not relying on bringing in another OC to call plays. So instead, you keep that continuity where your head coach is always calling plays. That's continuity. You don't want to be in an equal situation where you're relying on bringing an OC to remake the offense year in and year out. So you fix that problem. But on the other side of it is just as you mentioned, bro, is like there's a lot of mess starting to spill out of the closet. Whether it's, there's people that still stand by McDermott. I don't see why you wouldn't. He was very successful. The Bills were very successful. No matter their shortcomings, hey, that doesn't take away the accomplishments that he did have as far as winning that division for a few years. There's the fact that y'all just wanted to change the tone in the locker room. Who's to say that the tone was that damn bad? This definitely just seems like an ownership or front office trying to wash their hands and try to make things look clean when there's definitely more going on underneath the surface. When it starts.
Everybody else got promoted. He got fired. Think about that. The GM got promoted to president, and his OC got promoted to head coach.
They chose the side, bro. They chose the side. And it's just that. They chose the side. Now let's see if they're on the right side of history.
No more Josh Allen now. You didn't put more pressure on your quarterback. Got rid of defensive coach, Got the offensive guy in here. Guy been calling plays that you're comfortable with. Now it's on you to get to the Super Bowl. Can't hide behind Sean McDermott. Can't hide behind the GM not having, because the owners have said the GM wasn't the reason. The owner promoted the GM. Then he promoted the offensive coordinator and scapegoated the coach.
and kick the young draft picks back in. That's what they're accomplishing.
So now it's on Josh. Not saying that Josh, but now basically the ownership has put on Josh Allen. We're going to this new stadium and stuff like that. Putting on, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, when is his criticism coming now? Because now you done got everything you don't want. Not you want it, but everything is completely catered to you now.
Yeah, to your success.
That's why, like, this move is weird to me. Like, you just scapegoated the head coach. Like, it's his fault. All his fault. Why y'all ain't make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, make it to the Super Bowl this year. Because everybody else got a promotion and you got fired. How did that happen? Everybody that you worked with got a promotion besides you. So obviously you thought highly of the direction that your team was going in. The direction that the offense was going in. The direction that everything was going in.
Yeah.
But
we just
I'm a fire.
Rather say we just don't want to do it with you.
No other job in the world does that happen. If I'm managing a team, and everybody, my boss get a promotion, and my associates get a promotion, but I get fired. Where they do that at, Kenny?
No. We love the job you did. We just don't want to keep doing it with you. No, you're right. We were successful, but I'd rather be successful with somebody else. I'd rather do it with somebody else.
Don't like you gotta go. That thing for me, that's the thing that just baffles my mind with this pick. Not saying that Joe Brady is not a good pick, and I understand not wanting him to lead the building. I completely understand that. But then offer him more money, pay him way more money, like the Patriots did Josh McDaniels. All them years before they found out he really a bad head coach. It's just crazy that everybody got a promotion but him. He got fired. Everybody he worked with got a promotion. It's crazy, man. Crazy work, man.
I was about to say, and that's why I kind of understand McDermott's, like, some of that, like I said, some of that mess started to spill out, because I was like, damn, well, shit, how long if I'm McDermott, I'm like, well, damn, how long y'all feel this way about me?
Yeah. Like, that bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that bad. I said this right, because everybody that worked with me, you giving raises and promotions to.
You know what I'm saying?
That's me though. What did the F me for then? Like, what?
I just say, like, well, damn, was I not CC'd on the email? Like, what happened? Wait, did I not make it to a meeting? What happened, bro? All right, cool.
Let's get into some more coaching stuff. I think today Mike LaFleur got hired as the head coach of the Cardinals, the Rams offensive coordinator. So another somebody else from the Sean McVay coaching tree is another coach. I guess I like that the Cardinals are going offense. I don't have a graphic for them because it ain't happening yet. I like that they're going offense because either way, whatever decision you make, whether you're going to keep Kyler or move on, you keep them, went defense, it didn't work out. Now we're going back offensive.
Right.
And we're going to work and build around that. If you're moving off of them, then you will want an offensive coach in place when you bring the new quarterback in.
Right.
So I completely understand them going offensive. You never know what the Sean McVay people have been doing well, but you never know because they don't call the plays. I think the last one to really have the most input on the plays was Matt LaFleur. You know what I'm saying? Even though Sean called the plays, it was known that Matt was he was very big with the game plan. Heavy. So we'll see how that goes. I like that hire though, young coach. Let's go ahead and get an offensive guy in here. Let's see if we do, because either we're gonna rebuild or we're not, or we're gonna rebuild with Kyler or we're not rebuilding with Kyler. I still got Marvin Harrison Jr. I still got a Trey McBride. I still got a lot of other pieces on that team. Let's see what we can do. You know what I'm saying? and then I'll let you go. But then probably this means that Kubiak is probably taking the Raiders job, most likely. If he's going to take a head coaching job, he's probably going to take the Raiders job. So they're just waiting for him to finish the season. Knew he was getting the job. Now he has a bigger rebuild on his hand with the Raiders. Knew he was getting the job. You don't have the type of performance that you have this year with Sam Darnold and his offense and not get a job. So that's it for the coaching cycle, hiring. You know what I'm saying? Kenny, how you feel about them last two? Then we're getting some coordinators.
Yeah. Nah, man. I just hope this is of course it's not. I mean, the league changes all the time. I'll say more so for Kubiak. Like, I just hope this is like the end of the continuous revolving door as far as that head coaching gig goes, man. Like, I mean, my God, it's been, from since like Antonio Pierce was there, even before him, it was just like, man, Lord, can it stop? Can we finally get our coach? Now, you got Kubiak in there. What can we do? Again, maybe finally somebody will speak to power and say, hey, if we don't fix the trenches, this team ain't never gonna get better. Maybe somebody has the brazen and the boldness to say it. But my Lord, I completely agree with your point with Arizona. You tried out going with a defensive-minded head coach with Jonathan Gannon. Could have told you that wasn't gonna work. But here we're gonna try something different. Somebody off of that McVay tree. If he's Kevin O'Connell, I don't know. Is he LaFleur? I don't know. I mean, hell, is he Sean Mannion? I don't know. But what we're gonna find out eventually is that you gonna have to deal with the full gig, bro. That is, saying, can you manage a team? Can you do all the things? Can you still call plays? Can you still, what I'm saying? So you're getting heaped a lot of things on your plate. And this goes to Kubiak as well. Coming from being assistant coaches, is like that jump in itself is going to show throughout the regular season. The management of personalities and management of the front office, all those things. Like, what type of program are you trying to build? So, I can't say any of these have been a complete fail outside of what I've seen with the Steelers, but as far as this cycle of head coaching changes, Kubiak and LaFleur, they kind of they go on with the rest of the bunch. Wait and see.
Yeah. Let's get into a few coordinators. If you I don't have all of them, but if you got some, definitely let me know. I know Robert Saleh hired and the Titans hired Brian Daboll, which I like that. Now that I heard Robert Saleh's press conference, he said he's going to call defensive plays. So getting Brian Daboll as an OC, and he's been a former head coach and stuff like that, is basically like, okay, I'm the head coach. Yes, I'm gonna run the defense. You run the offense, and I'll handle timeouts, red flags, and stuff like that. But I'm gonna run my defense though. So I need somebody that can basically handle the offense totality.
Yep.
Everything, managing, position coaches, managing all that. Because I'm gonna really run the defense. He said he's going to call defensive plays. So I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be as focused on the offensive side of the ball because I'm saying, I got a former head coach here that has had some success in this league as an offensive coordinator as well. I'm seeing that Tommy Reese is following the Stefanski over to Atlanta. Atlanta ain't rough, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
I only mentioned the Steelers, but I hate the Falcons hire too. So I meant to say that. I forgot about him.
The Bills brought in Jim Leonhard, the defensive coordinator. I like that.
Wisconsin,
I like that. And again, it's like another thing. If you run the defense, I'm gonna run the offense, and we'll make this happen. Raheem Morris is going to be the new defensive coordinator for San Francisco. I think Shanahan said, hey, I have Robert Saleh. Let me go get somebody and knows how to like basically handle a whole team. So you definitely can handle a whole group while I take care of the offense. Like that. Who else we got here? Who's y'all offensive coordinator?
Sean Mannion. Is coming over. Was the OC, so to speak, for LaFleur back up in Green Bay. I want to say he spent some time elsewhere too. It's not coming to me right now, but it's crazy because I remember when this fool was coming out of Oregon State some years ago. It wasn't that long ago. He was actually at like a Senior Bowl, like when we was, you know what I'm saying? So he's a young cat, 30 something, but from what the reports are telling us, he's smart as a whip. All the glitzy, glamoury characteristics they want to put on his name, young, gifted, up and coming, all those things. But hey, bro, the biggest thing that I heard from his background is that we're gonna be in motion. we gonna give the defenses some different looks. So already you got a green mark in my book. So as the Eagles fan, so only way is up, bro. If we can just find some resolution to this running game, hey, you already probably got extended yourself another year in Philly. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so that's some coordinator hires. We'll definitely dive in deeper when we start our series coming up here soon. We'll let y'all know about our NFL review series. We're gonna break down each division, each team, what they need, what they added, what they need to draft. So be on the lookout for that. Speaking of the draft, man, hey, Senior Bowl.
Yes, sir.
This week, man, I heard it was some big winners. Some people look kind of good. It didn't look so well. I know for me, I'm not gonna take your thunder, so I'm not gonna say the one that you're gonna say. I like my man Jamarian Taylor, former Central running back, went to UVA. Damn good running back, catch the ball, runs the power. Like him a lot, but I knew that already because watched him at Central run all over us in Norfolk State. So I knew he was another person that I like quiet as kept. Garrett Nussmeier didn't have a bad weekend. Not saying that he's going to saying all
That's
that.
That's exactly what you're saying. Say it.
No, he had a good week. He had a pretty good week. For the quarterbacks, probably had the best week out of all the quarterbacks in my eyes.
High mark, high regard, first round, draft him.
I'll be trying to kick people back in. He had a good week. Like the defensive lineman, that defensive lineman from Michigan, dog. My man from Clemson, that's the defense I thought was gonna see all year. But hey, that's the guy that while they thought he was gonna be a high first round pick, it probably still is. He ran over my man from Miami, ran him over.
Yeah, tucked him in real good.
As far as other big man, the Iowa guard, like him a lot. I can't think of his name right now.
But my man, was it Gunner? What's his name? But he had the red mullet. Man, crazy. Yeah, okay.
I like him at guard. I don't know if he can play center, but I like him at guard. There's a center that I like too, from one school too. That was pretty good. But him at guard, really good. Has some good receivers. I got to look at some more receiver play. Ain't nobody really pop out of the screen. That's the one thing about the Senior Bowl. Nobody popped out besides maybe about the people that I thought would. Like my man from Texas Tech, wreck havoc. But we knew that though. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that we knew was gonna wreak havoc did. But nobody. And I'm about to go back and watch it, and maybe we can come back and talk about it again. I don't think nobody really didn't nobody hurt themselves, but didn't nobody really escalate themselves. Probably besides one person that you about to talk about. But go ahead.
Let's you gonna start with my winners or my losers first. No, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way. I'm gonna get the hate out the way first, I should say. Hey, bro, young Diego, real quick, brother. Ain't nobody else gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead and get your bags ready for Canada, big dog. Go ahead and get your bags packed, homie. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I get it. Play out the full draft cycle. See what happens. It's a good time for you, your family, get around, hell, have a barbecue that weekend. It's gonna be fun. But by all means, bro, it's getting close to that time. It's getting close to that time. Canada gonna need you.
They throw like 2 picks.
Canada gonna need you. I'm not just saying that because of the game. I very rarely based a Senior Bowl week solely just on the game. I mean, that's just for the
You
show.
didn't
You know
look
what I'm
at
saying?
Chark in practice either. I saw
Yeah,
Chark.
that's what I say. But you wasn't lighting the world on fire in practice, neither.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Uh, and that's even with the buffer, like during the Senior Bowl game. For those that watch, like it was very windy that day, from what the commentators were saying. Like they was throwing into like right into the face of the wind. You know what I'm saying? It affected a lot of throws. But trust me, and that was no excuse for what we saw.
Yeah.
You know, the wind wasn't there all week. You feel me? So, hey, bro, go ahead and pack that up. I was expecting to see a little bit more from Caleb Banks. He had good showings, and then he had some days where he got folded up. I'm gonna be fair. So I'm not really out. I'm not saying that he still isn't a first round talent. I'm not saying that because trust me, brother got a profile that's like, yeah, plug and play, like 6'5", 6'6", 304, athletic as all get out. You know what I'm saying? He could
Bad, bad. Some of them refs are bad though. Some of them refs
he got
bad.
folded. I'm not saying, and honestly, and like if we really, I don't know how deep we're gonna get into the weeds. We can get real technical, but it's his pad level, bro. His pad level is very inconsistent, man. Like I said, he got a very, he got a tall frame, 6'6", but it's like, bro, that can be to your advantage and it can also be to your detriment at the same time. And you know just as well as I, hey, that combo guard gonna take you off your feet every time if you get too high.
Yeah.
Especially if you try to get to the second level. All right, bro, I'm on my way. I'm getting to the second level.
Yeah.
Especially if you're standing up in the air like that. So I don't give him a bad remark or a bad grade. I'm gonna just say that he was inconsistent throughout the week. I don't want to be negative Nancy, so I'm gonna switch over to my winners. On defense, I got a few. Your boy, I'm gonna start with your guy, Jacob Rodriguez. Hey, when it comes to one-on-ones, and I know how much you don't really care for the one-on-ones, so you ain't gotta tell me. But the one-on-one matchups, running backs versus linebackers, and they couldn't touch him. They couldn't mess with him, bro. And that's just not meaning that he was getting a pick every play. That doesn't mean that he was taking it back. I'm just saying, bro, from a technique standpoint, I don't care if you're running an angle, an out route, you switch, go, do a crosser, but whatever it is, you getting a shot. you don't get a stiff jab before you get into anything. And he's the athlete on top of it. So yeah, he's making plays. He was, he got a pick. I think he had a pick day one, forced a fumble day two. He was just making plays all throughout the week. I forget what y'all want to tell me about, 40 times and 3-cone drills. He can make a play. He proved it during the year. He proven it now during his draft cycle. The boy can make a play. And sometimes I can teach you the rest. So I'll say that. Another highlight for me, Kyle Lewis, linebacker out of Pitt. And the boy ain't no bigger than what, 5'11", 6 foot, probably 220, 215, soaking wet, all over the field. Rangy. His projection to the next level probably somewhere between like a hybrid dime backer, that you just rotate in. But at the same time, bro, the boy's an athlete and he can get to the ball. Speaking of hybrids, I'm gonna go back to a true safety. My boy Bud Clark out of TCU had a hell of a week, bruh. Even during the practices, during the live coverage, you can literally hear him on the field, being a tone setter, pretty much setting the energy, setting the pace for how practice was going. The loudest one on the field, but it wasn't just all bark no bite. Bro was out there making plays, picks, PBUs, run fields. Boy was just out there making plays. He made some money this week. I'm trying to think of Zion Young. He made some money as an edge out of Missouri. He was in the backfield, won a couple one-on-ones versus the O-line. Um, you know your boy Akeem Messador out of Miami. He did pretty good. Trying to think of a few that came out of my mind. But just as far as I'm going to the offense for a couple winners, Malachi Fields,
Yeah,
wide receiver out of Notre Dame.
that is really
Um, One thing is it was like we knew he was an all athlete. He has a few highlight reel catches throughout the years. Like, all right, damn. Sometimes it was just like, is that like a flash in the pan thing? Nah, it wasn't. He gets separation. He can jump out the gym. He can be a downfield threat. He proved it this week. So again, if he was a fringe third, fourth rounder for you, he's a solidified second round pick for you. Um, I like the kid out of John Carroll. You know, he's a small school kid. I'll see how the rest of the draft cycle go. I don't want to get all hopped up on a Cinderella or a gem in the rough and say that all of a sudden he gonna be a first rounder. That's not true. Uh, but he will land on somebody's roster. So by all means, coming from a school like John Carroll, hey, bro, good job. You did a good job. You know, you did the good thing. Uh, Other than that, I got a few cats I'm still hoping out for. Like I know my boy Jalen Kilgore out of South Carolina. He's one of my one of my sleeper picks right now. For those that are really hyped up on Nick Emirari, guess what? There's another kid, Jalen Kilgore, that went to the same school as South Carolina that can do the same things that Emirari does. So just putting the buzz in your ear. Boy's still like 6'1", 215, rangy, can play anywhere from safety to nickel. The boy can play. So there's a lot of, if you're looking for, this is definitely more of a defensive draft. If you ask me, we will probably touch on a little bit more as, as the cycle continues. But by all means, bro, by God, let's just get to 2027 and hope this quarterback class gets better because, bro, it is not looking good. It's not looking good, and I won't lie to you one bit. We got my boy Taylor Green during the game. That boy threw across his body back to the middle of the field in the wind.
It's a bad quarterback.
I was like, all right, like, okay, I've seen enough. We're good to go here.
I mean, we're gonna definitely get into it. Like right now, we in the stage of like where you want to see what the times and stuff. Does it make times ran and stuff like that? When we watch it, does what you see in shorts match what's happening? So we definitely gonna look into like some of the prospects and stuff like that. Like I said, I think it's a draft where you can get some depth on your roster. I don't know if there's that many stars in this draft.
Yeah,
guys like maybe Caleb Downs, a star. I think Ruben is a star. Some people say Mendoza is a star. Not me, but teach his own. It's a few stars in this draft, but it might be a lot of guys that maybe just add some depth to your roster, just quality. Maybe plug in and play a little bit. Players.
Yeah, like even if like for a position that usually gives us some output, like for your receivers, bro. Like I know people are hyped up on Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate, but or Makai Lemon, but at the very least, are they like true X's? Can you say wholeheartedly that either one are like true X receivers? I mean, with Carnell Tate, you have what? He waited in line and finally got a shine, and we already know who he played across from. That guy.
We got Conception, KC, and he coming out.
Slot guy. You know what I'm saying? Does he project as a true X when he gets to the next level? I can't say for sure. So, like I'm saying, even at a position that usually gives us a lot of talent, I see this as more of a, if you need a slot receiver draft, yeah, you're going to find, you got to pick up a litter in one. But is there a lot of true X's rolling around? I can't say for sure outside of what? Denzel Boston and God bless him, my boy Chris Bell out of Louisville. I can't say for sure. But, hey, man, you can definitely get you some role players this draft. That's the best I can tell you.
Yeah, man. So definitely a lot of happening this week. Next week, don't forget to join us next week. We're talking straight Super Bowl Super Bowl week is next week, so we will giving our breakdowns of the game and predictions. So you don't want to miss that next week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for this podcast because this one. IDK Sports Podcast, your premium spot to talk sports with the average guy. My name's Anthony. It's my main man, Kenny. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time.
What's up?
I'll holler.